Hey everybody, Kenny here. So this video, I just want to just quickly cover why it is that I made build videos for basically every class in the game except for Ranger and Marauder. And the reason for that, to put it simply, so my Ranger, when they added poison concoction to the game, I went and I played through with this character, and I had a really good time with them. Like I really liked that skill. But at that time, I wasn't making build videos, and then when this league rolled around, all I was hearing was people talking about poison concoction. So I thought about it when I was picking out which builds I was going to make videos on. I thought about it, and I didn't feel that I could add anything to that conversation. Even though my builds only go up to the end of part 1 of the game, it was still I didn't feel that I thought there were so many videos out right now for poison concoction that I feel that anything I say about it would just be debris at this point. So yeah, that's the reason why I didn't say anything about anything for Rangers. Just that this is a build that, while I like it, I don't feel that there's any value in me talking about it. And then for Marauder, the only Marauder I currently have is my Berserker. Well, I love this character. I can absolutely love playing it. Like in, just core content and maps. It's too high level for what I want my channel to be based around. Yeah, I don't want to talk about end game content on my channel. I don't see I don't see doing that content as something that I can give new perspective on. I think anything regarding endgame, anything you can think of already exists. So I don't see value in me talking about any of that stuff, just like with poison concoction. So that's why you're not I have my Marauder that could do endgame stuff, and I could show a build that is an endgame, but that's just not what I'm about here. Maybe someday, I'll have done enough of these series on Path of Exile, each league, that I'll have inadvertently leveled all of my characters to endgame, and then I'll have no choice but to start doing endgame content at that point. But for now, I want to stick to just showing build content for people who never gotten all that far in Path of Exile. That's my goal. And that's why I never did a video on Marauder or Ranger. It wasn't it's not anything like oh, I don't like Marauder or Ranger. It's just bad timing for Ranger, and just off-brand for for Marauder. And we once again, we're just sad because not Berserker. Marauder has always been my favorite of the classes. I feel that narratively it has the best tie to, even though the strongest tie to the game is obviously Templar, because of basically that was the prototype character. So Grinding Gear Games gave that class the most story content because it's the class that everything was based around. The Marauder, I feel, has the best soul, I guess, when it comes to what this game is. It's the character that like understanding what the Marauder is in the scope of like the narrative, like it's fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Understanding the Karui people and like what it is that, like why the Marauder is one of the exiles, why, they, like why, like that people like aren't represented the way that the other classes are. It's a very, like it's very interesting lore, very deep, like very cool way of doing a character class. And honestly, like Ranger is actually the one I like the least. I enjoy Ranger. I like Ranger. I've done just about every kind of Ranger class you can think of. And the reason I don't have any, I only have that one Ranger in my list, is that I've had to delete so many characters over the years that, that any other Rangers I had, like, fell by the wayside. So, just that Pathfinder was just the most interesting of the ascendancies for me. So that was the one I held on to. But yeah, but that's the reason. That's the whole reason that I didn't do videos on these characters. I don't know. Maybe I'll do some lore videos about the different classes one day. Because once again, like I really do, like even though Path of Exile's story isn't like the main draw of it in any way, it is still actually very good. They did, like, and I know that if you've seen any videos that they put up regarding the story of Path of Exile 2, they say very like the dev team says very negative things about the story because this was their first attempt at making a game and they didn't really know what they were doing. So a lot of the writing that they did was just to fill gaps in their own knowledge on things. But like what they were able to accomplish with that base, like, is honestly very cool. Very cool. And I definitely recommend playing through the campaign and like listening to all of the NPC dialogue and reading all of the little like lore things. Though I don't expect anyone from Grandier Games will ever watch one of these videos. If they do, though, I would very much appreciate if in Path of Exile 2, the way, or if in future update to Path of Exile, if something they could do for all the lore is make it that once you see a piece of lore that you can just, or have a certain conversation with an NPC, that you can just listen to it whenever you want. Like it's something that, like, oh, I wonder what, I wonder what that rock on the beach was saying when I I got disconnected and forgot what I was doing, or I wonder what that book that I started up as 1,000 enemies spawned on screen and I had to fight my way to victory. Again, like there's many times when you want to get into the lore and you can't because that's the kind of game this is. So if they could just have like a little thing that, like, I don't know, like maybe something here, again, like where you see like events, like if they're, I mean, I know events is for something else, but like, like maybe like something like that for lore stuff, just so you could go and just take a look at it, like when you like when you feel comfortable listening to story. So that way you don't have to stop and listen to any conversations in town. Like you could, just talk to the NPC, move on with all the quest stuff, and then just while you're out on the field, go, oh, you know what? I want to listen to what they had to say about this thing now. And then you pull up the UI and you go, okay, I want to listen to you. And again, you listen to, like, you pick Tarkley or someone from a list, and you go, oh, I want to listen to their Act 1 dialogue for whatever reason, you know. I know it's a weird ask for a game that has that, you know, where the story doesn't really mean all that much, but I'd appreciate it. Anyways, like if you like with me so far, yeah, thanks for checking out my videos, and I hope to talk to y'all next time when the next league comes around. But for now, I will not be covering any Path of Exile until you know, 3.20 or maybe the next update will be 4.0. I have no idea. But whatever the case is, this is going to be for me. I'll talk to you next time.